After a few tough years marked by major losses, declining sales, and delays in electrification projects, Ford seems ready for a fresh start. The year 2025 is about to begin with a couple of game-changing novelties that'll get Ford back on track. Ford's CEO announces 3 new models for 2025 and wows everybody. Number 3, Ford Ranchero. Driven by the huge success of the Maverick, Ford is eager to expand its pickup lineup even more with another unibody pickup, but this time it'll be even cheaper and smaller than the Maverick. To ensure a good starting position, the Blue Oval Company will use a well-known moniker, Ranchero. Older generations remember this name fondly because, at the time, coupe utes were a thing. The Ranchero was a front-runner, a mix of muscle car and pickup with monstrous V8 engines. The old Rancheros were exciting vehicles to drive, but eventually the market lost interest in them as they weren't particularly practical, and the Ranchero was discontinued decades ago. Now it's time for a return, though not exactly in the same form. No, it won't bring back the coupe ute body style. Even Australians don't drive them anymore. Instead, it will feature typical pickup proportions, only in an even smaller package compared to the Maverick. With compact dimensions, it has the potential to spread globally and cater to the needs of various customers. One of its key qualities will be its price. The new Ranchero won't be some hot ute powered by 8 cylinders. Instead, it will be affordable, simple, and straightforward. Some speculate about an all-electric version, but for now, combustion engines are the only certainty. The potential electrification gives us a clue about the platform it will use, likely the C2 architecture, which accommodates both combustion and battery electric setups. This means many parts will be shared with the Maverick, as well as with other compact cars based on this platform, including the Focus. Since this pickup will be affordable, borrowing parts from relatively simple cars makes sense. This also includes the powertrain. A 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine seems like a safe choice. While in some markets, even a small 1.0-liter 3-cylinder engine is possible. A more expensive version might come with something more capable, like a detuned version of the Maverick's hybrid system based on a 2.5-liter engine with 191 horsepower and excellent fuel economy. The 2025 Ford Ranchero will feature compact dimensions, and as for styling, it may borrow some elements from the Maverick, along with a couple of unique features exclusive to this small pickup. Inside, simplicity will be the focus, with heavy use of inexpensive materials to reduce production costs. Pricing hasn't been disclosed yet, but if we consider that the Maverick is close to the $30,000 mark, we can assume the Ranchero will be priced in the low $20,000 range. More details will be revealed as the launch date approaches, with the 2025 Ford Ranchero expected to hit the market sometime next year. Number 2. Ford Taurus. It's been a while since Ford discontinued the famous nameplate, which was one of America's beloved sedans for more than 3 decades. Now, it's time for a comeback. Ford initially believed the ongoing crossover mania would kill sedans entirely, but Japanese legends like the Accord and Camry are still going strong. Ford's management thought, why not bring back the Taurus? Interestingly, Ford never stopped producing this large sedan. It just hasn't been selling it in America for a while. In parts of the world like the Middle East, the Taurus is still part of Ford's regular lineup, and this model is expected to return to North America soon. Introduced 2 years ago, the current generation is fresh enough to compete in the still demanding sedan segment. It looks good, is comfortable, and offers interesting powertrain options. Compared to the previous Taurus sold in the U.S., this one is smaller, but with a longer wheelbase, which, combined with shorter overhangs, gives it a sleeker, more elegant look. The fastback rear end is particularly striking, reminiscent of the Mustang. To suit American tastes, it could feature some alterations, particularly at the front, such as new headlights, grille design, and restyled bumpers. Inside, no changes are expected, because the Middle East version already looks impressive. It's spacious, comfortable, and features fine materials, while a massive panel spanning almost the entire dashboard adds a high-tech feel. A 13.2-inch gauge cluster, a 13.2-inch infotainment screen, and an optional screen for the passenger give the interior a modern, upscale vibe. The past that's getting a new form, and if you're from this side of the Atlantic, this name probably doesn't mean much to you. But in Europe, this model has the same kind of impact as the Mustang had in America. It was a sports car adapted to the needs of customers from the old continent, smaller and more efficient than the iconic Boney. Now the correlation is quite the same. Just like how the Mustang turned into an electric crossover, the new Capri was revived to serve the cause of electrification. Once again, it's smaller and cheaper, and once again, it's primarily designed for Europeans, though officials don't exclude the possibility of seeing it in North America in the future as well. Anyway, the Capri is no longer a coupe. It's a coupe crossover now, the odd body style that's been getting more and more fans lately. A sloping roof in combination with increased ground clearance seems to work these days and promises strong sales numbers. But if we put the aesthetics aside, the new Capri isn't exactly like a Ford. No, just like the European market all-electric crossover, this is rather a Volkswagen-based EV. Just like the new Explorer, the new Capri shares most of its parts with the ID.4. But even though it features the same wheelbase as its more conservative sibling, it is 6 inches longer. This means that despite the sloping roof, the new Capri doesn't sacrifice practicality. Moreover, its cargo area is good for about 20 cubic feet or 53 with rear seats down, which is more than the all-electric Explorer offers. The rest of the cabin is largely the same as in the Explorer, and that includes the massive portrait-style 14.6-inch infotainment screen as well, with the same hidden storage compartment located behind. As for the drivetrain, base models will feature just one rear-mounted electric motor with a respectable 282 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. Plenty enough to hit 60 in a little bit over 6 seconds. If that's not hot enough for you, the dual-motor version is there too, with 335 horsepower and 501 pound-feet of torque. It's quicker than the base versions, but also with a slightly shorter range, 368 miles compared to up to 390 miles of the single-motor version. Both variants feature a 135 kilowatt charging rate, so you should be able to get from 10 to 80% of the battery in about 25 minutes. The price has already been announced, and base versions will be available at around $52,000, which would be a bit over $56,000 according to the current tax rates. Sales are about to start soon, while the U.S. market version is yet to be confirmed. Thanks for watching and see you next time.